Alright, and we are up to the quarterfinals. Although it hits me that I think I've been calling them the semifinals this entire time, which is fully on me. So all 8 of these guys are going up to Champions Tournament. I hate it, because Tetsuo is in there, but I will survive. Starting us off, we've got Tron versus Tetsuo, best 2 out of 3. I think I might be coming down to something. But I will. Tetsuo. There we go. Alright, let's get started. Tetsuo opening Solidarity is really rough. How did these Leos also not the best opener, but hey ho. There's something kind of funny about a 2000 attack Cyber Phoenix, but hey ho. Gear Gigant. Detach one at probably A-Iron. A-Iron. Because it's his highest attack monster in his deck by default. Ooh, and Gravity Blaster. Maybe Tron loses his first one. That is immediately pushed into Destiny Draw. Which could be Advanced Heraldry art, but that does nothing for him here. Okay. Okay. So, that does something. Since he can just steal the attack points off of Gear Gigant. Ooh, no he can't. He loses the monster instead. Is this it? Okay. That's still 1900 damage. If Tetsuo has an Iron in hand, he wins. Oh god, I hate this. This might be worse than Rally. I think this is worse than Rally. I hate this. Alright, game 2. Tron goes first. I know they changed Tron's name in English, but I can't remember what it is. They changed it because of the copyright of Tron. But I will say, I feel like ZeXaL's had a lot more in the way of OTKs. Which, yeah, by the time that we get to the ZeXaL era in real world, like, decks become really OTK-centric. We started getting to, like, massive combo, chains, kind of stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, 5Ds had some of it, but it was nothing compared to, like, wind-up hand loop and stuff like that. The closest we'd had before that was X-Saber, which was a lot less consistent and a lot less easy to pull off. Okay. So where I think... It's hard to say, because it entirely depends on does Tetsuo get Solidarity. Without Solidarity, I don't think he has a way to beat Tron. With Solidarity, I think it kind of becomes a matter of time. Also, I just realized I don't think he's actually once said biology change. He's not actually summoned his own ace monster yet. Which, to be fair, his own ace monster is atrociously bad, but still. Alright, 2 king genomes. Nice quick second game. We get to go into game 3, and I can pray that Tron will kill Tetsuo. I think Tetsuo takes the first turn, though. I will acknowledge that, unfortunately, as soon as we get out of the like the ZeXaL era tournaments and we start doing like champions, Tron massively struggles. In the same way that the Machine Emperors struggle outside of the Synchro era. Elemental P. Tron. Tetsuo's up there. There he is. Weirdly, I feel like the most universally strong ones... Ooh, I'm trying to think like which era has the most universally strong cards. I think probably DM does. Or GX, because they both have access to Pot of Greed, Crystal Charity, and everything like that, but... Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Oh god, and you open Solidarity again. Okay, cool that we've seen Heraldry Augmentation. Genome Herita comes out turn 1. Although, to be honest, I actually think I'd prefer it if you went to, oh, what's it? It's not number 8. Number 8 is Genome Herita. I think it's number 11, where when it's destroyed, it sent True Heraldic Beasts from deck to graveyard. I think that would do wonders for him now. But the AI very rarely, if ever, goes into that card. Okay, now you can just summon and punch him. Huh. I just realized that Gearspring worked through, Heraldry Augmentation. Can't be targeted by spell or trap. Oh, okay, so they can still be targeted by monster effects. I've misunderstood that card all this time. Alright, so we know that Heraldry changed face down. Oh, goes to UFO Turtle. For the record, he has UFO Turtle because he canonically has UFO Turtle in the series. It's not much deeper than that. Alright, so if this hits through will entirely depend on if Tron has a Heraldic monster in hand for Heraldry change. He does not. Oof, that's rough. Okay, so 3,100 damage back, plus the 1,600 there. Oh, okay, higher. Oh, Kochi! This might be enough for game. It depends on how Tron plays it. Is exactly enough for game. Booyah! Tron takes Tetsuo out. I don't have to worry about him anymore. It is not the rally situation repeat. Also, exact 0. Love it. Very happy. Next up, we've got Shark versus Kite. Best 2 of 3. Shark versus Kite. Going into this, I'm gonna lean towards Kite winning. Which would be really unfortunate for Tron. Since Kite's ace monster is not an Xyz monster. But then, the AI is generally not smart enough to stop and go, maybe I shouldn't summon these monsters against heraldic beasts. Oh, so Kite may have just had a really... Yeah, he's had a terrible opening hand. Wonder what his hand is. Chaos, again, if you're watching this, don't worry, it's best 2 out of 3. That was a massive waste on Shark, like massive overreaction on Shark's part there. You should have at least held off for Okay, so we're immediately going into full armor or Neo? Ah, Neo. Neo! Enjoy, Chaos. Enjoy your Neo. Yeah. I also gave Ryuga that, almost to substitute the fact that he doesn't have the 7th one yet. Do you disagree with it? Tough luck. It's my game. Alright, so Neo is gone immediately. It's cool to see Shark Drake Vice around. Okay, so Galaxy Zero, bring out Neo. Why do that? What? Oh wait, full armor. You can see someone full armor. And now they're both like scrambling for top spot. Okay, I actually stand Ryuga's decision there. Sorry, no, Kite's decision there. That was a good move and a good time for Heavy Storm. So now he'll just slowly, well, I say slowly. Dude's deck's full of 2000 attack beaters. So he'll probably very quickly take Shark down. Ooh. What a time for Photon Stream of Destruction. Which pushes Shark into his Destiny draw now. I'm kind of hoping, as paradoxical as it is, because I like Nasch, and I also like Tron, I actually kind of hope that the finals end up being Kite and Nasch. Just because we never got the Shark versus Kite rematch after Season 1. Heck, even at the point that these two are at here, where Shark has Shark Drake, or so round 1 goes to Kite, we never saw this match. The only time we ever saw these two duel was right at the start of ZeXaL, before Shark had any of his own, Would Shark go first? I think Shark actually would go first, so I'm going to move him down to the first spot. Let's see. Alright, before Shark had any of his own numbers monsters, because he'd lost Leviathan Dragon to Yuma literally the previous episode. Right, no, it wasn't the previous episode, it was like 2 episodes prior, wasn't it? It's been a while. No, Kite, not Kaito. Forgive me. I will say, as much as I have been ragging on ZeXaL though, go and read the ZeXaL manga, it's genuinely really good. Ironically, like, I think the ZeXaL anime was genuinely kind of a victim of just not having enough time in development. In my mind, I think the manga has a much better overall story, which is not something I think I'd say for any of the other series mangas. Not to say that the mangas don't have good stories, but I don't think any of them have a better story than their corresponding anime. Also, immediately getting out the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. We're off to a very good start from Kite here. I kind of think he's already, like, taken the edge here. Ooh, Dark Hole, okay. Maybe not, we'll find out. Swords. Okay, so Shark's not lying down and dying, but Kaito does have the edge here. Why would you? I mean, I guess Starfish can increase its own level to 4. It's literally the entire reason it's in here. But oh, I see what you're doing now. Okay. Seize burst, yeah. If you're not watching, you should be. Call up the Haunted to get out Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon after it gets popped by Dark Hole. Then use Z's burst to destroy it again. Go to attack directly and Kite just activates another Call of the Haunted to get back out Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. So Shark's just getting nowhere here. Alright, what are you going to do with the Photon tokens? Are they just chilling, or are you going to tribute them to something? Okay, they're just here. They're just chilling. Now comes a second Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Well, I thought, and that was my mistake. How dare I think? To be fair, he could actually pull out all 3 here. And he's pulling out all 3 here. Chaos, you better be watching this, mate. All 3 into Neo? All 3 into Neo. Oh, damn. Up into full armor. Okay, that's a decision. Then you can overlay those 2 into Pleiades. Who I'm still not sure I should actually let him have. But unfortunately, Bouncer is 1 level too high. Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, I think Kite's just won that there. Still glad to see Shark got as far as he did. And Kite takes that win. Rough stuff. Next up is Gauche versus Durbe. Durbe. I need to Google how to look up his name. In fact, I'm going to do it while this duel runs. Hopefully I don't miss too much. Chin my beard. Make sure you're using beard cream, guys. Alright, so let's have a quick look at how to pronounce Durbe. Durbe. Okay, so his name is Durbe, and it is a Latvian name. Okay. Let's try Gauche. Or Gauche. Durbe. Durbe. Oh, it's pronounced gout. It's a French word. I know how to pronounce it. I don't think my mouth can make the sound. Sadly. How very gauche. There we go, gauche. So we got Durbe and Gauche. Oh, I get it. Gauche, it's French for like uncouth. Like, yeah, I get it. Because he's an uncouth, like, fighter. Alright, so we get the stars. Oh, Sigma. I forgot I gave him Sigma. Oh god, I gave him Sigma. Is that good game? No, it's not. Okay, Sakura Tsuwama's there. I really hope I didn't give Durbe too many decent 3 level 4 Xyz monsters. Okay, Star Leech Paladin IMO. I will say I stand by giving him all of the like 2 light Xyz monsters just because he needed something in his deck. Vylon, I might regret giving him. We'll find out. Okay, so then Excalibur comes back. Just suicide into it, man. Just suicide into it. This is why you suicide into it when you get the chance. Okay, so just pop it. Okay, swing in. What is... I'm pretty sure that's going to be 1,000 Blades. Yeah, 1,000 Blades, I was right. Cool. It stops him from losing this turn, but I don't think it does enough to save him. Ooh. Okay, that did a decent amount there, actually. Unfortunately, yeah, Gauche still loses this, but... Hey ho. Just because he doesn't have enough life points to make 1,000 Blades work, really. Alright, that takes us to game 2. Gauche would definitely choose to go second. Durbe, to be honest, actually, he would also choose to go first, so... I think that this is just where they are situated now. Gauche. I'll say, just because it got me thinking about it, one of the things I saw in my recommendeds was a discussion about, like, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Too far gone now to be saved? And first off, I know that, like, even saying Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dead or Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs saving or whatever else like that is kind of a controversial take because people will push back on it and be like, oh, you know, we said that about the Xyz era, we said that about the Pendulum era, we said that about etc. etc. To wear in my own hat, I do think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is seeing a real issue with it slowly dying. I think the fact that we don't have an anime currently has massively affected its reach and its ability to, like, pick up new people. I think the fact that we never truly supported Rush Duels in the West in literally any capacity really limited its ability to recoup. I actually think Rush Duels were a great thing. I've spoken about Rush Duels in the past. They've done a lot for the game. I would sincerely recommend you go and play around with them. That is a big Excalibur. But I think Konami has made continuous missteps, especially with, like, constantly bringing out new cards and new decks and everything like that, and constantly upping the power scale of them. Also, Gauche is definitely winning this. This is a very strong start from his part. Durbe may get 7th one here, but even with 7th one, I don't think he's got the... Like, double Solidarity is so hard. Hey, I was right, he got the 7th one. Rank Up Magic the 7th one. Rank Up Magic the 7th one summons an over number 100 Xyz monster from your extra deck, and then Xyz evolves it to its Chaos Evolution. Unfortunately, I am dead on here. That was nowhere near enough to swing this duel around. I wouldn't even say it's too little too late, because Gauche opened with double Solidarity. Like, there's not much that Durbe could have done here. Shy of, like, drawing into the luckiest heavy storm ever seen. And that is good game on round 1. Alright, that brings us into round 3 of Durbe versus Gauche. But anyway, not getting into all the stuff that Konami did wrong, but specifically addressing, is it too late to save it? No, not at all. I actually think it would be incredibly easy to save Yu-Gi-Oh! As a game with just a hard reset. I think they need to have a rotation in the same way that Magic, Vanguard, all that did, because I think the game got way too out of hand to ever be properly balanced again. That said, I don't think they should do it like those other series do. I think what they should do is a series of overs following the protagonists from the previous series in like their post stories, because all the stories end on a cliffhanger. Every single one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes ends on a massive cliffhanger. In the original Jewel Monsters, we know that like Yugi goes on to finish school and da 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 da. So, okay, technically DM doesn't end on a cliffhanger. I will correct myself there. Where the cliffhanger is what on earth is Yugi doing during GX? And like Dark Side of the Moon sort of ends on the cliffhanger, because we get an insinuation that their adventure is going to continue, and Kaiba's gone off to fight the Pharaoh in a parallel dimension and all this other stuff. So whether you take the original DM or Dark Side of Dimensions, it is very much hinted that the story's not done, that there's more to it. But if we're talking GX, so early Solidarity again, rough for Durbe. Cool that he got the Star Seraph though. Like Star Seraph Scepter. And there's Sovereign. He might be able to pull this off. Star Seraph Sentry. Oh, and he's destroying the Solidarity. Good on him. Okay, this is anyone's game again. This could swing either way. What is it? Oh, right, overs. Yeah, just do like... For example, we know that Kaiba and Yugi were off planet at the end of GX. We don't know what they were doing. We know they were off the planet. Because Darkness explicitly says to Judai at the end that Judai is the last human being left on the planet, and we see everyone else get erased from existence except for Yugi and Kaiba. Ooh, that honest hit hard. Okay, Gauche is having a hard time here. I think Durbe just won. Yeah, Durbe just got the win. Off of an honest, admittedly, but he still got the win. Damn, okay. So Durbe takes the win here. I love that I only just learned how to pronounce his name. All these years. And then the last one is Nasch versus Astral. Alright, before I jump into this one, long story short, I think they need to do a series of overs that are basically where are they now of the protagonists after their stories ended, and through doing that, release a series of cards that like correspond to those overs. Nasch versus Astral. So for example, give me a retrained Neos. Elemental Hero Neos. Give me a retrain of them. Give me a retrain of Dark Magician. Do all that, and you go through the anime specifically so that you can get all the anime decks out of the way, and then you can go back to like creating a new game. But you create a new format in much the same way that like Vanguard has the D format or the V format, and then you just run events that have like a legacy format in the same way that Magic does it, and you just start fresh. The game is too far gone currently. A ban list cannot save it anymore. Because we've had so many one-card combo decks that just one-card build full board. the game is impossibly complicated with all the different summoning types and all the different chains and summon ladders and everything else like that. Yeah, because these chain tactics. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I think it's fairly easy to save Yu-Gi-Oh! I think you just have to do a reboot and then like quickly get out like Neos, Dark Magician, all of that. And honestly, Rush easily could have done it. They just didn't want to support Rush. And I also think there'd be some pushback against Rush because Rush isn't the original. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! It's its own card game that is tangentially connected to Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! In name only. Man, that is a lot of Exceed materials on the one Utopia. I feel like he's going to burn through his entire extra deck with just this one. 6 materials so far, and counting. Quick Chaos. We're going back up. Okay, we're up to V now. 7 materials. Okay, he ran out of rank up and rank down magic cards. Oof, Utopia Buster. Did I set him up against Shark instead of Nasch? You know what? You guys get a bonus duel, apparently. I set the wrong decks up against each other. It's going to be unfortunate for one of the two of these guys, because someone's going to get the win, but... Yeah, that's what Mizael's talking. Ooh. Bad move, buddy. Alright, so it sucks for Astral. Now let's do the actual, like, fight I was meant to be doing. I'm not going to apologize. I thought that was hysterical. Alright, now then. Nasch versus Astral. Okay. So we're going up to Waterfall Boy. Waterfall Boy! Abyss Splash, but Waterfall Buy. Game freaked out for a second there. Okay, we might get to see Shark Drake here. I don't think we will. I think we'll see Bahamut Shark and 101. Or Abyss Dweller and Bahamut Shark. Abyss Dweller? Am I right? Is it going to be Bahamut? Yes, I was right. It's Abyss Dweller, Bahamut Shark. Okay. Kind of sucks for the Abyss Dweller, though. Oh, that was not the right move, but okay. I mean, he wins, so I guess it wasn't the wrong move, but... Yeah. Nasch getting the quick OTK on Astral is nasty. Alright, that brings us to round 2. I mean, Astral would choose to go first, so we're basically just running the repeat. I'm not gonna lie, if I could, like, get a game that's current with all the new modern support, I think both these two decks would look really different. I'd probably build Nash's around CXC's Nasch, so that he can go into any of the over 100 numbers, and God knows what I'd do with Astral. There's so much you could do with modern Utopia support. There's just so much of it. Okay, this is a weird opening. Why not just set Shocktopus? Alright, Astral's got his big, like, Z summoning loop ready. Just draw as many cards as he can. That's 39. Oh, if anyone's curious why I didn't give Astral Chaos 39, I kind of wanted to keep something for the ZeXaL deck. Okay, so that's going to be 101. Om Nom Nom, the S39. The question becomes, does he have Quick Chaos Force? If he did, I think he would have played it. Does Astral have a response to 101? Yes. Yes is the short answer. If he uses S39, that means that 101 is gone for the rest of the duel, since I only let Nasch have one copy of it. Ooh, Numeron. Don't get me wrong, Utopia Ray Victory goes hard, but negating your own board at the same time is kind of rough. Okay, so that's the 2800. Right, you can't activate spell or trap cards in response to victory. I don't know if you can activate monster effects in the graveyard. Oh no, he does have another 101. I thought he only had the one. It might be that I gave him 2 copies of 101 and only 1 copy of Chaos 101. It's always fun when I get to like watch these duels and I end up surprised by what's in the decks. But to be fair, like making all these guys' decks took about a year, so... So what's your plan now? Especially since you've lost your Chaos Disease draw thingy. Disease change tactics, that one. You could, okay. He could have gone for the win there. But I don't know, because I think you destroy and then banish. You don't just banish. So maybe you couldn't have. And Goldfish. Alright, we're right back in there. Okay, Ragnar 0 this time. Why an attack position? Oh, Generation Force. Okay, is this going into Shark Drake? I'm hoping it is. Oh yeah, yes, we get to see Shark Drake. Let's go. Oh, I'm happy with this. I'm so glad that Shark Drake became like an entire archetype in the real game. That genuinely makes me really happy. Just because I was always really sad that we never got to see Shark rank evolve his Shark Drake. Alright, so that is Nasch taking 2 wins in a row. Okay, and it's Ragnarfinity. Oh no, okay, the Door of Destiny. And ZeXaL. I did say that he'll always summon it no matter what. That's all you did? You didn't just banish them all and go for the win? Do they all have to have different names? Alright, so Nasch gets the win. But let me quickly answer this. Yeah, Utopia monsters with different names. Okay, he only had the 2 different names in his graveyard. Alright, that makes sense now. Apparently I've always misunderstood the Door of Destiny. But alright, so that brings this episode to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry again if I'm a bit under the weather. But hey ho, you can't help it. Next, we've got the quarterfinals, which are going to be Tron versus Kite, which is actually quite fun, because I'm not going to get into it, but Tron specifically hated Dr. Faker and wanted to kill him, and Kite was kind of on the path there, as was Hart, and Kite had an ongoing beef with Tron because of Hart, and it was an entire thing. And then Durbe versus Nasch, which is fun, because Durbe is literally Nash's guardian. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!